I'll start my roster, and then you either on the bench give me food or we making plays.
I mean,
so that's categories. You could you putting dudes in categories. That must be nice. That's a single woman flex right there.
What up?
No. Go ahead, keep putting your dudes in categories.
I'm not saying that I do that, but I'm just saying maybe because since y'all men definitely be putting y'all in women in categories all the time.
Do we really?
You put people in categories like
men solely. Put people in categories?
No, I'm saying we as people put people in categories.
What categories do men have?
Like, oh, this is the girl that I just text during the weekdays, and then I just text this girl on the weekends. I ignore my other ones on the weekends. So that's like weekday category, weekend category.
That's not even possible.
Yes, it is.
With social media?
It's possible. They just ghost you on the weekend. Yes.
What do you think, AO?
Yeah. All right.
Cause you probably done it.
No, I never done that. I never had like somebody that I'll be like, all right, well, on the weekend she can't talk to me.
I don't even think I've ever spoken to
you just probably
this many
don't hit her
women
up.
at once to make categories.
Yeah, I never made categories.
Well, same. Like I didn't talk to as many bulls to make categories, but like
I never made categories.
But y'all be having a roster.
No, I never made categories because honestly, like no matter like how like what things I've done before, I got feelings though. Like I could never be like I could never be one of them boys that's just like, man, I'm just using her just to do something. Like I ain't gonna lie,
That's terrible.
I'm the boy that's like, if I meet a chick, it's like I'm not supposed to be talking to her, but I am, and then it's kind of like, all right, I don't know what's gonna happen, but we just cool, and if I mess with her, I mess with her. But then it's like every time I like get into it, I'm such a nice person. I never come out like an asshole that it's like I actually start to like them. So then basically I'm just out here just really liking people.
You're just a serial liker.
Yeah, so it's like I really like this person, and I really like this person, and I really like this person. It's just like this wasn't supposed to happen. I was just supposed to. So honestly, that's probably worse because now it's like I'll be getting emotionally invested into multiple people when I shouldn't be, and that make the heartbreak worse when I can't talk to all of them. So. Yeah,
I'm similar to a degree. Like I don't. First of all, I don't talk to a bunch of bulls at the same time because like I don't know. Like I've mentioned time and time again. I guess I'm just more monogamous by nature, and like I don't like to feel like I'm using somebody for something if I don't genuinely like find any interest in them. Like, cause I just put myself in those shoes. Like, I would hate it for somebody to just be like, oh, like I'm just using her cause I don't know. She know good restaurants. I don't know, like something dumb. Like I would feel horrible, and I would never want, and I don't even want to waste my energy. Like if I don't like you, I'm not gonna waste my time. Like I'm not gonna waste my time or yours. That's just how I feel. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with like throwing yourself out there and attempting to try to get to know somebody. And if you feel like it's not no real connection, then I think it's okay to be like, all right, like no, this ain't it, Chief.
No, this ain't it, Chief. Is great.
Yeah, I don't like that leading and stringing people on.
It's hard for some people
because
you don't like letting people down.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to balance. Like I would imagine, like feeling like you're leading somebody on and like trying to give them a chance at the same time. Like you know what I'm trying to say? It's like you call yourself trying to give this person a chance, but meanwhile you really not feeling it and you just leading them on because there's only so much more you can take of just like trying to give them a chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you don't really want to do it.
Yeah. So then I just get frustrated and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna do my work.
I'm out.
Yeah. I'm gonna head out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head
out. Yo, those SpongeBob memes are killing me.
Yo, it's too many of them, yo. I think one of the funniest ones I seen was It said when you sneeze and you home alone and you hear somebody else say bless you.
Like,
And they be like, all right, y'all. He's like, all right, let me head out.
I saw one.
Yo.
It was like SpongeBob in like a Yankee cap or something with a phone, and then it's like when you in the living room of your white girl crib and you hear her dad yelling, wondering why there's a colored boy in his living room, and then in the background it's like a Confederate flag on the wall.
And he had a hat on.
He had a Yankee cap. So he's like, all right, man.
He's like,
You
all
ain't
right,
noticed
all
all of that before you sat down in there?
Right, exactly. I'm sorry if I walk in somebody's crib and they got a Confederate flag. I'm out. You ain't even going. What's that?
No.
You see it all the videos.
Yeah, I ain't seen none of this.
Because I have no life. It's on Twitter. But yeah. Speaking of having no life, all weekend I was home watching Made in America on Tidal.
How was it?
I didn't watch everybody. I honestly just waited to see Cardi B.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't. Before I get into Cardi B, I'm trying to think who else performed on Saturday that I saw. I didn't really watch anybody from Saturday. I don't even know who was there on Saturday. But I stayed up for Cardi B. And she really does put on a good performance. Like, and you realize, like, all right, she got hits. Like, her whole album was a hit.
Yeah, she
It
had
was
a lot.
hit after hit. She did every song on the album except for, like, Bickenhead and I Do, the one with SZA. I think those were the only ones she didn't do.
Oh, dang.
But she was up there twerking and carrying on. She did good. She looked cute. She was like climbing on the side of the whatever that is. She had good crowd participation. Like we talked about on this podcast before. Like her personality is like everything. Like she's just you just can't help but be happy for her if you're not a hater.
Oh, of course. From the beginning of her career, yeah.
She took her shoes off at the end of the at the end of her performance. She went into the crowd and was twerking in the crowd and giving everybody high fives, and it was just the cutest. Yeah, it was the cutest thing. I'm like, she's adorable. I'm like, all right, yeah, you got one, Cardi.
I'm about to say she doing her thing out here.
Cardi. She's just out here like just doing her, being herself.
As she should.
And I was up like really rapping every lyric to her thing, to her songs. She really got the crowd hype. I was hype in my living room. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's the best seat in the house. No pun intended. In the house.
I know people who went to Made in America and it was like never again. Never again am I going to Made in America.
Yeah, I might say you too.
Oh yeah, right. You got one too.
Yeah, me. I mean, I might give it another chance if like it's a good lineup and the weather is nice.
Yeah, that's what you gotta worry about. You gotta hope that the weather is nice.
It was really nice, so they were lucky. But when I went, it was the most terrible weather you could ever imagine. So I don't want to talk about it. But the next day, it was more people that I was willing to see. Travis Scott was the headliner for that for last night, Sunday night, but I ain't watching it because I don't really care about Travis Scott performing live.
Right.
But Meg Thee Stallion was on, and it reminded me of how like Cardi first started out at Made in America. Because the first time I went to Made in America, I saw Cardi. What was that? Probably like 2 years ago, and she just had like, it was like no type of visuals in the back or nothing. Like it was basically just her, and everybody was just basically waiting for her to play Bodak Yellow. Like nobody else knew her songs or nothing like that. It was real like. And then fast forward to a year or two later, and she a headliner. Like that is amazing.
Yeah, because she's been making moves like these last 2 years.
Definitely
crazy moves.
Yeah. It was funny because I think a Meg Thee Stallion song came on the radio, and my mom asked me. She was like, "How you feel about Meg Thee Stallion?" And my assessment of her is, I might have said this before, but I feel like she has real skill, like real rap skill. I think her freestyles are just way more impressive than her songs. I don't dislike her songs, but her songs don't really grab me.
Right.
I feel like her songs are dumbed down. I feel like they're kind of like watered down. they don't really show her true like rapping ability, her talent. And I can appreciate the twerking or whatever, but it does have the tendency to like overshadow the fact that she really can rap.
She can rap.
Yeah, so I feel like it's good that she has that rap ability to fall back on, because when her twerking gets tired, or like we like, all right, how many times we gonna see this? You know what I mean? But
it's like, what else you got?
What else you got? I feel like when the time comes where people want something else from her, she'll be able to really deliver. So she could be like, it could be all strategic, like her spoon feeding us like just Megan. So that's how I feel about her. I like, just like I applauded Cardi for her personality, I like that Meg Thee Stallion, it feels like she's trying to bring the female rap community together. I like her like aura, like you always see her in the video with like a different female rapper or whatever. So, and it doesn't feel fake or forced. She just seems like just happy to be here.
Right.
Yeah, Meg comes off as genuine.
Yeah.
Appreciative.
And while watching her, watching Made in America in general, like it made me think about female rap in general, and how like just to see her twerking on stage and how Cardi was twerking on stage, it's like, you literally like have to do that. Like sex has always sold in like female rap, and I was just thinking about in my head, like I can't think of one female rapper that was able to, and I'm going to try to explain this as articulately as I can, able to master like both the sex appeal thing and having lyrics and like being like a dope like rapper.
Right.
Cause you know how Beyonce has mastered like being a great vocalist and dancing and performing.
Yeah.
When sometimes like, yeah, Chris Brown is a great dancer. Like he's probably a better dancer, quote unquote, than Beyonce. But can he sing? Is he vocally strong while doing all that? Not all the time.
He changed his singing style though, because he started using autotune.
Yeah.
And it's like, I noticed that singers that weren't using autotune before started using it, and it's kind of like, dang, like, I mean, I guess because of the way things are going, I mean, it's easier to get your notes across now. Yeah. But it's like, dang, like now it's like, not that you're not still considered a singer, but it ain't like a challenge no more. Yeah. Like, you don't make it a challenge anymore. It's just like you just using the auto-tune now and as like a little crutch, but or as some sort of assistance.
Right. But can y'all think of any female rapper that has achieved like both, like that didn't have to talk about sex or their cat or anything at all, but was still viewed as desirable by men, or women wanted to look like them and still be like considered like a top tier MC? Can you think of any?
No.
Until you said desirable, I was gonna say Queen Latifah.
Yeah,
I was thinking that too, but and I'm not saying Queen Latifah is beautiful.
Not to say that, not to say that men weren't attracted to Queen Latifah.
But
I'm just
she's
saying,
not
to the sense you were talking.
Yeah, I think we think of her as more like kind of like majestic, like just a mature look. Like she's queen, like she's cover girl.
No one ever says, yo, I bust Queen Latifah. Like,
I'm sure someone has said that.
Yeah, but like, no one's like, that's not like the go-to question about, I mean, the go-to statement about Queen Latifah. So,
and it's like, I'm thinking like, yeah, Salt and Pepper, they were still slightly provocative though. Like, yeah, but they weren't like top tier lyricists. You know what I mean?
They weren't.
Yeah, like MC Lyte, like she not.
Ain't nobody looking at MC Lyte.
Disclaimer: all these women are beautiful. I'm just saying, like,
they
not. It's not in the way as though like you're fiending after Nicki and Kim and Cardi and Foxy, like, because they was like, vavoom.
They was out there.
They put themselves out there a certain way though.
And that's really crazy. Like, you have to. I feel like as a female rapper, there's yet to be somebody that has mastered both. And then I came up in my head what I'm thinking of like the person the female rapper that I would create that would satisfy both components. And it was if Aaliyah, the singer Aaliyah, rapped.
If
If the singer Aaliyah was a top tier lyricist, I feel like that would be the ultimate like female rapper that has been able to fuse both sex appeal in a non-provocative way while still being looked at as a top tier lyricist.
Could we say that about a couple female R&B singers though? If they rapped, they would be that.
We could.
If Rihanna rapped, you could say that.
No, because Rihanna's provocative.
You said that's not.
Yeah, like that.
Well, but if you're going to consider Aaliyah not provocative, you could consider her provocative at certain points of her career.
But she only like I'm talking about provocative, no provocative lyrics and not provocatively dressed. Cause like, yeah, she wore like belly shirts, but the way her body is set up, like she got away with it not looking like too like.
Nah, what was the video where she was like holding a snake and
I knew you were gonna say we need a resolution. Like that, that wasn't. It was seductive, but it wasn't like.
What about More Than a Woman?
No, she was wearing like baggy pants and she had the little thing.
I'm trying to remember what video am I thinking of?
You're thinking of We Need a Resolution. I know.
No, I don't think that's the video I'm thinking of. Rock the Boat. What's she talking about in Rock the Boat?
But yeah, but she didn't. But female rappers these days and even back then, they would outright say, "Oh, I'm about to suck this, eat this." I did not know
that blatant.
Yeah, like I did not know Rock the Boat meant having sex, and probably till I don't know, too old. Like,
I mean,
I'm just thinking. I'm thinking she's talking about a boat.
At the time, probably wasn't supposed to know.
Yeah, like I'm just thinking she's talking about a real boat. Like, so that's why
a real boat.
Aaliyah in these boat songs,
right? So that's why I used her as an example because I even thought about Rock the Boat. It's like she was able to talk about.
All right, what if Ashanti rapped?
No, Ashanti's provocative too.
Like how? But like, what's the scale? Like, because Ashanti's more provocative than Aaliyah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so tell me this.
But less provocative than Rihanna?
Hold up, though. Hold up. So, what... I understand you talk about having sex appeal. So, it's like, what would give them... If they can't be provocative and talk about sex as much and talk about how good they are and all that, what would they have to give them the sex appeal while having the lyricism, too? Would it just be their looks?
Yeah, they would...
So they just, but a lot of people look good though.
I don't know.
I mean,
it's like what I'm
it's
saying.
Tough.
Like it's hard to explain what I'm saying, so it's hard for me to even like answer any questions that like when y'all question what I'm saying. But like, I don't know. I guess the point of it all is that females always I feel like have to choose one or the other. Is like regarded one as the other, you know what I mean? Or like you have to like sell sex if you want to be on that mega star level. Like, and if you don't do that, then you're choosing like you're either choosing lyrics or sex, like one or the other. It's never somebody that's like equally balancing both.
Right.
It's like one always shines over the other. Like Rhapsody, like her lyrics are shining way over the looks department. And then if Nicki wasn't so like outright talking about her pee, then she could probably like, you know, and people like to throw Lauryn Hill in the conversation. I don't always think of her as a rapper. I know she kind of started out that way or whatever.
I don't think she
fits
this conversation.
Yeah, she don't even fit this old. Ain't nobody looking at Lauryn.
I mean, people. No,
she was attractive.
People would say like, "Oh my
but
god!"
Like, are people talking about them like they talking about these other?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
I'm not saying she wasn't attractive, but they ain't like.
That's what just made me
like,
think of Aaliyah because like I just feel like men and women just thought of Aaliyah as like a beautiful like creature, like, and she never. Of course, she would show her stomach and stuff like that, but she was never just so outright sexual. And disclaimer, the fact that all these women talk about sex in their songs is not a bad thing. I'm just observing like the game, like the industry.
Right.
But it's like she was a person that everybody thought was like beautiful, and it was more like face, but still like that she's even in her the way she dressed, and even though she acted kind of innocent, there was some sort of sex appeal that she exuded that was like tolerable. Like it wasn't like super like in your face. It was just kind of more subtle. So that's why I'm picking her. And then let's just say she had dope bars. Like who has dope bars that don't really talk about sex all the time?
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess Rhapsody. I don't know. I can't think of anybody else right now. If it was like Aaliyah spitting Rhapsody bars, or a mix of Rhapsody and other content or whatever, I think that would be the female rapper that would conquer both worlds. But for now, I don't think that exists.
It's hard because I think at this point,
I don't think it's
any
ever gonna
female
exist.
rapper that come out, yeah, like I'm afraid for music anyway, going forward. Like anyway, I think it's just gonna be full of just a whole bunch of people that I don't know, making the same type of songs. And when it comes to the female rappers, they all making the same type of songs too. And ain't gonna really be ain't gonna be nothing different. Like I'm not gonna lie, like now, cause usually I go on Spotify and I'll look for like playlists, and I'll go to like a 2019 hip hop playlist, all the newest, latest songs and stuff. Yo, I put it on shuffle. I'll spend a good amount of my ride just pressing skip, because it's like, yo, I don't know nobody and everybody sound the same.
Exactly.
But that's why I'll be like, I'll go to a 2018 one instead, just because the music was better last year. It just seems like it's getting worse, or it's just getting like no one's trying to do anything and trying to sound different. So then when it comes to the women, like it's cool for the women to do the music, but it's like, to be honest with you, I hate to like take it here, and this is just my thoughts on it, but you know how people look at women like they ain't supposed to do certain things anyway. So when it comes to rapping, I mean, yeah, some women have proved that women can rap and sing and do music and all that other kind of stuff. That's fine. But I guess some of them, especially like these new women that's coming in now, probably like, well, all the women that probably used to, they were provocative and rapped about stuff like that even back then, but none of them are really that relevant anymore now. The ones that are relevant now, they talking about this, and what they can do in the bed, and how they can twerk and how they can do this. So then they're like, all right, well, that's what I'm going to do. Then the next one that come up and look at them, I'm going to do this again. And then the next one, I'm going to do, and it's like, all right,
There's
so
so
soon
much
just
more to
everybody
talk
just
about.
gonna be shaking their ass, and all y'all got good yams, and I'm sure all y'all don't. So it's like not every single one of y'all that's coming out got everything. So it's like you just get tired of hearing it. But it's like, it's sad because I'm not gonna say that there aren't male rappers that rap about the same thing, like how they'll smash somebody's girl, and I'm good in the bedroom with this, and I can, or rap about just the violence in the streets, and it's like the same type of thing. But
we're in a
women.
smaller scope, so it's like
women are even more limited. Like their box is like a lot smaller when it comes to how many topics they can touch.
Yeah, that's a topic right there. What artist who always has that air of that sexual vibe to them, do you think is probably trash when it comes to it? Because I've always said, I guarantee, obviously I can't guarantee, but I think Nicki Minaj box is whack.
I do too.
I feel like she probably super stiff. If you don't know what, she probably do a whole bunch of stuff and making noises, but she ain't doing nothing. I think she's one of those.
I can see that, because I'm just a firm believer in if you feel like you got to talk about it so much, I think you're just trying to big it up,
right?
You're trying to give it that confidence, but nah. It ain't all that. At least I don't think. I'm with you.
Or it's part of the showmanship, like just her like rapping about thinking like what they want to hear.
I mean, that's part of it too.
Or maybe she wants all of us to feel like we have the best box, so she's giving us a soundtrack. She's giving us lyrics to.
And I get that part of it. This was just a hype. This is just something I've thought about before randomly.
Yeah.
That's why I say, like, yo, I'm sure all y'all ain't got some A1.
Yo, man, everybody lucky I can't rap. Like, if I had like dope bars, I feel like I could probably achieve like both. Cause I don't really like to talk about. To be honest, I don't like to talk about sex like in a regular setting. Like, I don't like to do that. So I feel like I could find like so many more things to talk about, like to rap about, and like find dope, clever stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I wish I could rap. Like, I always wanted to be a rapper. I just don't got no bars.
I mean,
a ghostwriter.
I feel like you'll be creative.
Lucky for you, no one does right now. So you're good. All the main people, we got them.
Indeed.
That's made me think about what you just said. Made me think about it was this recent clip of K Michelle. Like, she was kind of like lashing out because I think it was her manager, somebody in the industry was having a conversation with her, and she was saying, "Oh yeah, Black China like hit me up, saying like she wanted to like do a song or whatever, like she wanted to rap, and then or sing or something like that." And then K Michelle got irked. She was like, "Man, I would have hung up on her. Like, I'm so sick of people coming into the music industry, coming into this game, thinking they can just pop up like, oh, one day I want to do music, and then have zero talent when there's people
talking
like,
about Black China?
Yeah, talking about Black China." And she's like, when there's people like me who live and breathe this, like, have a true passion and talent for it and work their behind off.
Right.
Only for like somebody like you who's just known for other things just to come in like, oh, let me try this, and then got the nerve to be successful a lot of the times. Yeah. So, and we talked about that before. But like, even though K Michelle, like, sometimes like she kind of like lashes out a lot and like always got something to say, but a lot of stuff that she says, I agree. I understand like the passion and the anger behind it, because that is frustrating. Like, and we talked about this before, like, you put your heart and soul into this, and then somebody can just, for a money grab or just saying that just because they can,
that's what it's
or
for.
they
now.
got connect, they just like, oh, let me just do this.
Try this real quick.
Yeah, let me just try this real quick. And there's nothing wrong with you trying to, and on the other end, there's nothing wrong with you trying to, like, you know, just tap into different things, because you could find out, oh, I'm good at this and I like this. But when you kind of just move frivolously with it, it's kind of like, it might be an insult to people who are actually like passionate about it.
Yeah,
and have
talk.
struggled to show people their talent or be appreciated in the game. So like, I understood her in that aspect.
Yeah, and it's like it is a frustrating thing, but it's like, yeah, at a certain point, it's like, all right, well, I can't be mad that it worked for them. It's just gotta figure out how it's gonna work for you now.
But yeah. Back to what started this. Why wasn't Freeway at Made in America? He should.
Yo, I refuse to believe he wasn't there. He was there.
I just didn't see him.
Somebody random bought him out there. Like, Meg the Stallion bought him out or something.
No, he was on like one of those side stages. He wasn't on the main stage. but they brought him out when someone else was performing. Like, Cardi was on stage. Right. He was just over there like, flip side. He just still performed hard as shit.
He was over there on the What We Do stage. Like, that's what they named it. That's what they just called that job.
Free brought out Jay-Z for his verse, and still nobody was over there.
No, Jay-Z over there performing everything. It's like, yo, nobody paying attention to that job. Like, all right. They got Hov over there. All right, it's cool.
People are like, Hov never slacking, man. Slick it. You about like, no. I'm Jay-Z.
Yeah, right.
I'm not doing this.
Right.
Oh my God. I'm mad. I want to meet Freeway, since I heard he be at every Philly joint. I did not know that.
Yeah, Freeway is so short, yo.
I heard he's real small.
I met him twice. No, 3 times. But he's short. Yo, I will hold up real quick. Have y'all been seeing this guy's name? TJX6.
No.
TJX6.
Sounds like a robot.
New rapper. Yo, this weekend, my man played me. He kept telling me about this new guy. He's like, yo, TJX6. I was like, yo, I seen his name. Song called 3:52 p.m. Hey, yo.
It's good?
That was one of the worst things I've had. Like, it was like on some real, yo. He played it for me in the car. He was like, yo, this joint is fire. It's fire.
I'm about to say that the person playing this was a fan?
Yo, he was like, yo, it's fire to me, man.
Who is this?
It's fire to me, bro. You know who it is.
All right.
I was just like,
need to know.
all right.
I guess I'll find out after.
Yo, he turned it on YouTube in the car and he put it down. Yo, I was driving. I think I might have just given him like serious look the whole time. Like, I just kept looking at him while it was on. And I'm like, I said, yo, don't you ever touch my phone to put music on in my car ever again, yo. You lost that privilege forever with me, yo. I said, yo, that had to be probably one of the top 3 worst songs I've ever heard. I said, yo, he is a horrible rapper, yo. I don't even care if he hears this. He is everything was offbeat. Yo, TJX6, it's called 3:52 p.m. Yo, oh my God.
Was like really gung ho about like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, he was like, yo, I really think this is fire. I really think no, but see, and besides me, I was snapping like, yo, telling everything wrong with it. But at the same time, it was interesting because I'm like, I guess this is what some people.
This is what qualifies now.
Yeah, as being like hot and had like reasons as to why I thought it was hot and it was like different. And I'm like, but this is. I was like, I mean, everything is opinion. If I say it's corny, it's an opinion. If you say it's hot, it's an opinion. So I can't be mad. But it's just like that song actually made me officially say like, yo, I'm afraid for music, like just coming like from here on out. I'm afraid. Like I'm afraid that I'm not gonna want to listen to nothing no more. I'm at the point where it's like, yo, I've heard everybody who I need to hear, and I'm gonna stop here, and I don't even want to go forward.
I feel you.
It's scary, dog. I was like, yo, this.
You see, when I get in the car with you or something, sometimes I'm like, what is this? I'm like, it's on the radio first. I'm like, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know because it's the radio.
I think I already made it to that point. Like, I know who I'm waiting for and listening to.
Yeah. Now. So if y'all get a chance, honestly, even if y'all don't, you know, YouTube. But it's TEEJAYX6. But it's like if you listen to it, yo, you gonna want to cut it off like instantly. Like it is bad, yo. I was like, yo, this is garbage. Straight trash, yo. That's like he gotta think it's trash.
The boy rapping?
Yes, yo. Yeah, like if you hear his flow, you gonna know where I'm at. But you finding it?
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to load.
Yo.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going to tell me it was fire.
No, not even in the slightest bit, yo. And he was like, yo, he was like, all right, give him another chance. Listen to more of his songs. I said, no, he's done. Forever. I don't even want to give him a chance to speak. Like, I don't even want him to speak.
He probably talk like he rap.
Yeah, like, dog, every single line was a punch-in. Every single line was a punch. Like,
how? Is he rapping fast?
You hear him coming. Yeah, it was fast, but it was all like, it's like, matter of fact, the song literally sound like somebody threw lyrics from another song onto a random beat. Like he wasn't. That's it. Listen to this.
How the fuck would y'all just do?
Listen to this, yo.
Put it in front of the mic. There you go.
Touchdown and I switch states. Rental with some Honda plate. My niggas eating, get a plate. Grew up bitch straight. Tried to rob me with a tray. Selling pills out of Bay 8. On the run like TK. Shot a nigga with an AK. Every day is payday.
It's like I can't even bop for nothing. Like I how
what beat is it on?
Smoky day day. Soldier boy got my Draco. Gave that pussy boy a halo. I'm a glory boy like Tato. Asked for prices but ain't paid though. Had a threesome with a gay hoe. And they like drinking.
Enough.
Right,
that is what I'm talking about.
Enough.
That was one of I was angry. Like I really looked. I didn't smile. I looked down. I said, "Yo, that was some of the worst shit I've ever heard." Like, don't you ever turn that on.
That was kind of insulting. Like to even think that you would even concur. Like, oh yeah, this was even somewhat fire. That was insulting to you. That was insulting to your taste.
And I didn't think about that at the time. I just because who I'm talking about, that's my man. Like, but it's always interesting because he's a little younger, but he enjoys different music than I do. Like we got some of the same taste, but like he's more willing to give one of these new rappers a chance. And it's like
I made that observation as well with younger people.
Yeah, and it's like since he's younger, in a sense he coming up where these rappers are like that, it's kind of like that's what they know. Like, and it's like when after he played it, I was like, how do you like this? Like, how can you say like, yo, this is good?
Right.
And his thing was, this was like, yo, it was like, you know, I love music. I love all music, but it's just like, it's different. It's not, I said, but it's not
different
even,
is one thing. Bad is its own thing.
Yeah, that's horrible. Like, it's not even like, he's not even, I can even understand if he was saying what he was saying, but he was on beat. I wouldn't like it, but at least it's like that was just like, yo, I don't even care how the beat. If the beat is there, I'm just
that are at least catchy. Like that's not even catchy. Like what am I? What's the chord? What's the hook? What
ain't none.
usually like a trash song got a good hook, so it's like, dang, why is this in my head?
Right.
But
it's all wave riding, like, because that's kind of what Blueface do, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
at least some of his stuff be catchy.
You know what? That brings me to, like, I had a thought over the week. Yo, up and coming rappers, or even rappers that's in the game and trying to make a name. Like, how do y'all feel? I'm talking to y'all. How do y'all feel about when a rapper's trying to do their thing? So they start making songs that cater to the popular sound. Like, sometimes I feel like they're not being themselves. You're just making the music that people are already enjoying.
Yeah.
Like,
cheating.
I kind of like not look down on it, because you got to do what you got to do, I guess, to get eyes on you. But but sometimes you can hear when it's transparent. I can hear when there's no soul behind it. And you're just doing this because it sounds like what's popular and hoping that people gravitate towards it. Like when Drake started doing the
little baby songs.
No, like like he was doing all them island dance hall type songs, and then every artist started making them kind of songs. It was like none of it sounded real.
Yeah, because it's like that ain't them.
It ain't them. And I'm seeing some up and coming artists making songs and putting them out, and I'm like, yo, I know the kind of music you were making before this. You're just doing this because that's what you feel like is going to catch. But if they already have 6 examples of this already in rotation on radio or whatever, then yours is just going to, like, if it's not exceeding expectation or that much better than what's out now, then why would I spend time on this when I already have the commercialized version of it?
Right.
I don't know. Like, I see a lot of it. It's like, yo, this isn't even you. You're not even this person.
Right.
You're just making this type of music to cater to, I don't know what you're catering to. The sound.
They just trying to catch a wave and they're trying to adapt, I guess.
And
but
I feel like in this era, you don't even have to do that, because like we mentioned before, it's so many ways to consume music, and like everybody has their own like cult following. Like there's you hear me trying to promote Baby Mother like every day, but there's somewhere where like obviously I don't hear her on the radio, but there's a whole group of people out there that love Baby Mother, you know what I mean? So this era is the perfect time, if any, just to be yourself and just kind of find your own sound.
Right.
Like Tyler the Creator is a good example. Like he got the number 1 album just being him. Like
I even respected and he's not in my, I guess, age range of artists I would have listened to, but he was making a name for himself and I respected it. Triple X, you know.
Yeah, exes, yeah.
You know, he passed away, so R.I.P. and everything, but he had his own lane, and his fan base was his cult was growing so big, but he was just he didn't sound like anything. Yeah. Even the people in his class, he didn't sound like nobody else. And I kind of respected that. Even if I didn't listen to your music like that, I respect that you came in with your own story, your own you did your own thing.
Right.
And you built a fan base.
Yeah.
You know who I respect now? He kind of grew on me. Lil Uzi.
Really?
Like, yeah, like I still don't listen to his music.
I respect it too. I respect him too, but he's not for me.
Yeah.
But like I'm guilty. Like there's a couple songs where I'm like, it come on my library like, yeah, I ain't doing what I want. No, I ain't doing what I want. Because like it'll be something I'll be thinking about in my own life, and then I'll be like, oh, I do what I want. I relate to it, or like sauce it up, and
everybody love that song.
Yeah, sauce it up, and oh my brother done put me to the
I think that was the one song.
That's my favorite Uzi song.
Yeah, that's the one song I was like, I get why this is the thing.
That's a doing Brand used to listen to in the car.
You already know.
Yeah, it's like I'm like, all right, like, and I just like I appreciate like how we applaud Cardi and everybody on like he just seems to be himself, like his little weirdo self, and him like I'm like, look at him stomping on stage and like just giving away money to Temple students. Like, I like his little, like, I'm not gonna lie, when he was first presented to me, I'm like, who is this weirdo repping Philly? Like, cause I'm used to like people like Meek, Freeway, Beanstalk, like those Gilly, those type of artists that represent Philly, like kind of more gritty. And then here's this like emo person, but like I respect him for his individuality. Like I'm like, oh, he's kind of like, oh, he's adorable. Like at times,
right?
But I'm definitely not a huge fan of his music. There's definitely like only a handful of songs I can tolerate. I won't sit there and listen to a whole Lil Uzi project. But he's one of those artists I feel like he was able to gain a cult following. Because he's kind of like rock, pop, hip hop a little bit. And I respect it. I don't...
He got his own... He do his own thing.
Yeah.
That's the part you got to respect.
Yeah, and I feel like he's one of the pioneers of that type of sound. So I feel like there are people that like sound like him. It's not my favorite sound. It's like that I can't describe it like that. Uzi, P&B rock, singy type, like YFN Lucci, like that. Like
I feel like that needs to be a subgenre of hip hop. Like that should have a name to it. Kind of how we had trap. Like what is that called?
Yeah, I don't know. Sap. I don't know. Sap. It's just so like
I don't know. P&B, speaking of P&B rock, I can't like I've always never really known. Right. I always never known if I was really like a fan of him or not. It's like
I like them more dangerous. I like selfish.
But I don't.
You know your baba.
See, like his voice get me like that because I feel like he don't really talk like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I hate when people
none of these niggas talk like
don't
that.
sing or rap how they talk.
It's like why do you change your voice to rap? Not your voice, but like literally the way
your
you
mannerisms.
Say your words. Yeah, the way you like enunciate your words. Why do you do that?
Like so you talking like this, like the bull, and then you go in the studio. It's like really?
I'm like, no, what? And you from Philly?
Yeah.
Nah, that's why people didn't believe that. People
Uzi.
I know some people that didn't believe that Uzi was from Philly. And I was like,
I get it though. I get why you wouldn't believe that.
But I get why too. Because I'm like, like people didn't believe Uzi was from Philly if you ain't.
But Tierra Whack was on stage too. She's another one where I don't listen to her like music, but she'll pop up on my timeline and I'll see a freestyle and I'll be like, yo, like that was dope. And like everybody says that like, yo, I love her. But I think I tried to listen to one of her albums. It was like 15 songs and each was a minute long and it just sounded like nursery rhymes or something like that. I'm like, what am I listening to? So I was like, I've
never tried to listen to a project. I've only heard like freestyles and stuff.
But she's another one where I feel like her songs the songs that I've heard, and disclaimer, I haven't really delved deep into her catalog, are like a watered down version or don't really exercise like or show her real like talent.
Right.
But when I was watching Made in America, I appreciated her individuality. She seems like real weird. Like she was on stage on a scooter and she made everybody say whack like in between each song, and she gave out like fruit and she had like the whole Badu type vibe. Mm-hmm. So I appreciated that, but she's just another artist from Philly that like I wouldn't think that
she was from there. But like I think it's refreshing even if I don't really listen to your music individuality, because like going back to Anthony's point, it's so many people that sound exactly the same and are riding the same wave. You know what I mean? People from Philly that's coming out now, like they're not the same kind of people aren't coming out of Philly no more. Like there's nobody from Philly that's coming out now that's like beans and beans and free and like state property. Like it'll never be like that. Everybody coming out like, yo, I'm the street.
I know some.
I'm sure there's some on a local level.
Yeah, I'm about to say on a local
definitely
level,
some
but
locals.
like all the ones that's like put in front of us.
Yeah,
everybody's now like you can tell their own individual.
They're like
person.
Eclectic a little bit. Like
like they all like different type of like Philly people. And you know what? That's cool, but it's just like it's totally different now. It's like now before looking at them people from Philly. you could probably look like, oh yeah, I can definitely see the Philly.
Yeah.
You look at these people now, you like, I don't even know what planet you from.
Right.
Like, I don't even know
Right.
where you came from. I don't know what your influences are. I don't know anything.
There's some exceptions to the rule though, like Sean Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah. Him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just lyrical
Yeah.
and storytelling. Like he's kind of, I wouldn't say he's like a Beans, but he has like depth to his lyrics.
Right. Like he has the
And punchlines at the same time, so I can appreciate
right.
it.
He has like a more of a Philly sound. People that's coming out of Philly now ain't most times not really have. They don't really have like a Philly sound or something. It's like they adopted something
Yeah,
from
it's
somewhere
like
else.
Philly doesn't really have like a sound anymore. You like, you know how New York, like the New York vibe, the New York
Yeah.
sound, the West Coast, like like Nip and all them,
Yeah.
like
You know that.
And
You
disclaimer,
know that.
and disclaimer, we from Philly, and if any of my people listen to this who rap, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the people who are starting
of
to be
us.
put in front of us
Right.
in the limelight.
Right.
Not the people that we know personally. So I don't want y'all to hear this and be like, yo, you ain't like,
I've
no,
seen
it's
a
not
couple
like that.
locals that are like that real like street like Philly grit.
Yeah,
type.
yeah. It's still they still out
They're
here.
still out here, but like like y'all are saying, the ones that are put in the forefront,
Yeah.
it's like they don't really cater to the traditional sound that we're used to. Because I feel like Philly sound really, I don't want to say lack consistency, but like it hasn't always been the same, because like Will Smith like don't sound like Beans, like rap like Beans.
Yo, if
you know
Will
what I mean?
Smith came out with a song. If Will came out with a song that was just on some super street shit,
Yeah, I know.
I'd be like, yo.
Right.
4 a.m. I got the Draco.
Like, so I think Philly sound, you can't really put a finger
Check it out.
on it all the time, because like it's just so diverse compared to like the South and the West and New York. Even do I want to even like good music? They were all from the same area, so you kind of got the same vibe. Like Kanye, Big Sean. Well, Common don't rap like them.
Big Sean and Kanye from the same area.
I'm from
Is-
Chicago. One from Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Big Sean
And
from
Pusha
Detroit.
T and Pusha T's from
And Pusha T,
Virginia.
yeah.
oh, what did I
And
just
Common,
say?
I don't know.
Common is
Clearly,
from
I failed
Chicago,
geography.
but
Where's
Kanye and Common from
where's
Chicago.
Cudi from?
Huh?
Is Cudi from Chicago? Where's Cudi
Cudi-
from?
That's not.
No,
often-
I don't think he's from
With
Chicago.
the exception of Virginia, that's not considered the Midwest, Detroit,
It is.
It is.
in Chicago.
I thought you, but
Oh,
the way
I
you
thought
said
you
it, I
meant
thought
the
you meant
same
all of them were
place.
from the
No,
same.
not the same. Like the same. Like
Yeah.
because I was just talking about coasts and groups. So
Well, I mean,
no, I don't know the map, and that's a shame. My new job requires me to like know the map.
I would have failed. I
Yeah.
don't know where I'm at. I just know where I'm at. But
You forgot about the fourth coast.
I don't know. I don't know about Kid Cudi or where he's from.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter. But
Y'all love Kid Cudi.
no,
Nah.
Soon
I'm good.
happiness, and I know everything.
That first Kid
shines.
Cudi
Yeah,
album was
first-
the best thing
that's
he's
the best
ever
thing
done.
he ever done.
Yeah, Day and Night, and
After that,
Pursuit of
he's
Happiness.
been overrated ever since.
Yeah, I don't even see back to the point of a cult following, but he got a cult
Yeah, he
following that's
do.
keeping him afloat.
Somehow he does, but
Yeah, I don't. The Hummers, I don't know.
Like, you know, like even people like, and I respect this artist for what he's done. He's built a following. He had them humble beginnings, and now he's a megastar. I don't think he makes music for me, but I don't knock anybody who's a fan of his, and that's Travis Scott.
Yeah,
I actually started to like Travis.
There's
Scott.
some Travis Scott songs that come on, I'm like, all right, I can mess it, but I don't think I've ever listened to a whole.
yeah. People
was
speak
able to
so
set through
highly of
a
him.
whole Travis Scott album, and that's not to say he's bad. It's not mine.
Yeah.
He's not for me.
Yeah, I sat through his last two, and
I listened to his whole last one,
Yeah,
just to
Astroworld.
listen to it because it was such a big deal,
that was his best album.
and it was cool. Like there's tracks on it that was like cool, but me, I don't really return to it.
Right,
Like,
right.
I don't get it. Like I don't like to your sentiment. Like I understand. Like I respect it, but I don't get
You
it.
don't get it
Right.
though.
Yeah, like I don't see the appeal. Like I don't. For me, like, I'm trying to think. Like there's definitely a handful of songs that I like by him, but I'm surprised that he's at like this level. Like people speak so highly of him.
You know what?
Like,
I'm not surprised
future.
though. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised only because he hits a lot of notes. Like you can get the rap crowd, you can get the trap crowd, you can get the rock crowd.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like he has mass appeal.
Mass appeal. Yeah.
So yeah, I totally get why he's as big as he is.
Yeah.
He hits so many audiences at once.
Yeah, and he's very like he unpredictable. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I don't know who his producers are. Oh well, I know he makes his own beats sometimes too, if not all the time. But he got like his sound is so like
It's like trance almost.
yeah, it's like yo, how do you even map out how you're gonna arrange your song because random stuff just happens and it's like even with the whole on sicko mode and after the joint is done that after the done play for woo and they be like what the Tay Keith doing. I'm like, what made you put that little thing in the middle? And then he be doing the stuff with his voice, and I'm like, yeah, you put so much.
It's lit,
right?
It's lit.
But he put so much into his production and songs. It's like I don't even know which way you gonna go, but
you get out of it what you put in. I'll give it to him. He probably sat there and constructed that.
Yeah, I still gotta watch his documentary. By the way, he got it on Netflix.
Like he's not even a person that intrigues me to watch a documentary about him. It's like, what are you going to tell me about yourself?
Me neither.
Like he doesn't give me like personality. Like I have no idea what his personality is until like I see him. I don't know, interacting with his daughter. Like I guess maybe that's the part of his mystique. Like I don't know.
It works for a lot of some artists.
Yeah,
I think it's just I like documentaries. Period.
Me too.
Especially if it's like I even sort of kind of know your music, only because I just like to see. I like to know more about the person. Sometimes it'll make me more interested in the person. Kind of like documentaries kind of to me are kind of like what concerts do to me also. Like I can love an artist or even like an artist a little bit, but if I see him in concert, it instantly makes me probably like them at least a little bit more and make me go and listen to their stuff right after.
And that's what makes me appreciate Made in America. Even if it's like artists, I look at the lineup, I'm like, I don't know who this is. And then if I'm like forced to watch it, like say I'm waiting for somebody else and then they just happen to be on the screen, there's been multiple times where I'll be like, oh, let me check them out. Like St. John, for example. Like I was like, oh, who Chocolate Boy? Like, and then there's like this one song that I like by him. I think it's 3 Below or something like that. So I'll discover him through Made in America. And like even Lizzo, like 2 years ago when she performed, and now look at her. She was darn near close to being the headliner. Right. So I think Made in America is good for that.
That's another artist. I respect Lizzo's come up.
Yeah.
I respect it a lot. She has very good showmanship, like on stage and everything.
She
like
really
her
does.
VMA performance was like, yo.
She plays the flute.
Even if this isn't for me, I respect it. Like you killed that.
Right.
You did your thing. So I fuck with that.
She's very theatrical. Like I feel like she's multi-talented. So,
she's very musically inclined too.
Yeah, like the flute like really gets me. Like the instrumentation is like, all right, that's dope.
Even her hooks, choruses, and how big her song sounds, I'm like, yo, you can tell you know what you're doing musically.
Yeah, she got personality too. Listen, I was screaming "Truth Hurts" in the living room. Okay. I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100%. That like I was pointing at the TV. I'm like, yes.
That's what I'm saying. She can evoke a reaction from a crowd, and I give it to her for that. She was
twerking on the baby. Did y'all see that?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Because he bought her out during his set because he did a remix to Truth Hurts. So she just got done performing on the big stage, and then she came to his little stage and was doing her verse or whatever, and then she was minding her business, and then the baby came up behind her, and then she started twerking on the baby.
Hey man, listen, they was having fun.
And then Beyonce was in the backstage and Jay-Z watching. I was like, okay.
Yo man, that's what's up.
Good vibes. But I don't want to go back unless I'm backstage. Period. Unless I listen.
Hey, we know some people. We know some people who was backstage. So I don't know. We'll see.
All right. So they to connect for next year.
Let's hope.
please.
True. Let's hope.
We might not need the Connect for next year. Maybe we'll have a segment.
Yeah, well, maybe we can interview the artists. Or like have how they have them on the side, like oh we're here with such and such.
Listen,
and such.
man, Hove, you give me that title deal. I'm like, just tell me where to stand, man.
Right.
Just tell me where to be.
Listen,
we'll be a premier title podcast. I'll do it.
Man, listen, you ain't never got to tell. You ain't never got to tell. You ain't never got to tell me. Tell us twice.
Right.
Nah, that's gonna be lit. I'm gonna put that energy into the air. I'm going to speak it into existence.
Oh, let's get it.
We got to kick over one of these festivals. If y'all would just listen to the podcast.
They ain't going to have a choice, and it's cool.
Well,
with that said, that's probably it. We talking about
wait, one thing before we go. Come on, Ross. I'm tired of people making videos not conducive to the idea I had in my head.
How dare he not read your mind?
Right, like, come on. Was I on air when I was talking about how I wanted Fascinated to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the big movie production and cameo. He had the nerve to make the video just him standing with some white lady measuring his arms.
You know how angry you look right now? You look like the Pusha T picture that yuck. That's what your face looked like just now.
That's what I was thinking the whole video. Yuck. Like, I was infuriated. I'm like, really? This has so much potential. And you know how long Fascinated is? He only used like 1 minute of the song. No, you have to utilize that whole beautiful song.
So the meatloaf part wasn't in there.
Who?
The meatloaf part wasn't in there?
No, I don't even think the meatloaf part was in there. I don't remember it.
Not the meatloaf part.
Like, that was a perfect opportunity to have Elisa play the meatloaf in front of you. You could have done something.
He would have made him play the meatloaf and a gun next to it.
Start shooting the meatloaf.
The only elements he had in the video that were conducive to mine was the smoke, obviously, which is in all his videos, and the fur. But like the lady was just measuring him the whole time. How you gonna measure him? How many times you gonna measure him, lady?
I'm laughing
with
at
measuring tape.
I'm laughing at the smoke in every video because I'm just picturing videos like speeding where he's in a car, like the smoke coming out the car.
Well, I mean, like,
I know what you mean. I'm
the thing is, what did he say? Like, hey, just measure me the whole video,
right?
and that's
like
it.
He looked irked. Can I be honest?
Please.
Rick Ross just seems like, it's my guy, but he just seems like so uninterested. I don't know if maybe he's feeling sickly or he just seems like so like just nonchalant, like just like not as much energy as when he was really fat. You know what I mean? Like he's just in the video like he's just in the video rapping like no, but. Just on Twitter, somebody used a clip of the video 9 Piece. He was like, "No sir."
Oh yeah, he was
no
mad at me.
Yo, where's that energy? Remember when he was in the?
He lost it with the weight.
Mad that I'm icy.
Yeah,
like
in the
he
chair.
was wilding out
He
in
don't
the
do
chair.
that no more. He was wild out in the John video too.
Oh yeah.
Like, son of a bitch, didn't even make the great escape. He was in the back like his arms. I was like, yo, he was tripping in that joint.
He like, where is that energy? Like, I don't know. Is it just because he's older, because he had the seizures or whatever? Like he getting his health back right, or he just don't care?
I don't know.
And where did that hair come from? Is that real?
I'm assuming. I'm pretty sure it's real. Is that a piece? How you got a piece curly top like that?
I'm not trying to.
He gonna bring it up in his next album like, niggas think it's a piece.
9 Piece. He always
go to
a piece of something.
Wingstop. Give me your piece.
Take that boy 3 piece.
Yo.
Nah, his next album gotta be called Peace.
Yo. Peace.
Rick Ross. Peace.
P-I-E-C.
Yeah,
like,
it would make more sense with just P-E-A-C.
Yeah,
Rick Ross.
So
Peace.
Pull out the pistol and promote peace.
Yo.
Bars.
Promote peace.
Royce 5'9".
Who?
Royce the 5'9".
He said that?
Yeah. And the Slaughterhouse song, Microphone.
Oh,
too many Indians
I like that
and
song,
no chiefs. Yo. I love that song.
Yo, I missed them.
Slaughterhouse, come back. I'm about to just
Ain't gonna be no Joe in there.
Nope.
Man, Joe, come back.
He was the holdup. That's why it never happened again.
Joe. One time, one reunion, Joe.
At this point, he don't even need it.
Right, he
At this
don't.
point, he do not need that.
But if he does decide to make a return, I think people will go crazy.
He got a bunch of new fans now.
Yeah, because he got new fans.
They probably go crazy, but the thing is, truthfully, like rapping wise, he couldn't. I ain't gonna say he couldn't keep up with them because he could always rap, but they were all like different kind of rappers than him. Like, not like he was a good member. It's just, you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, compared to like Crooked Eye and all them, like he was like he had the most laid back flow and everything. He ain't never tried to do that rapid stuff. Like it just wasn't him.
Yeah. That was a good, well constructed group. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I agree.
Probably one of the best. But I digress. Bars. I'm done.
Hey y'all, listen. Aux Cord Cast on Twitter. Aux Cord Cast on Instagram. Aux Cord on YouTube. Aux Cord on Facebook. We on SoundCloud, Google Play, YouTube. I said that already.
We everywhere.
Nick Jr.
Spotify. Yeah, Nick Jr.
Nick
Spotify.
Jr.
Listen, everywhere, all the major podcast outlets, you can find us.
Follow me on IG at Jazzmiotti, JAZZY_MIOTTI.
Yeah, follow us all on Instagram. I'm Antman2K, ANTMAN, number 2, letter K.
Ayo got the sauce. I ain't spell anything any crazy way, so Ayo
Figure it out.
GOTTHESAUCE.
Did you tell him to email us?
Yeah.
AusCordcast@gmail.
Okay.
Please email us.
The mail.
Yeah, engage with us and we'll engage with you. You can leave stuff in the comments, like you can tweet us, anything.
Please do.
Questions, all that.
Yeah. If you don't want your tweet out in the open, you can slide in the Aux Cord DM.
Oh yeah, isn't there an announcement you want to make by the time they hear this?
Okay, so the announcement is
It's gonna hear it on the day.
so guys, we decided that Aux Cord is gonna drop on a new day. We're gonna drop every Monday. So instead of ending your week with Aux Cord, you'll be able to start your week with Aux Cord.
Please do.
Look forward to new episodes every Monday. And follow us once again. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter for more updates and content along the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And with all that said, we're the Aux Cord. I'm Ant.
I'm Jazzy Miotti.
Hey yo.
And you are now unplugged. Hope you all had a good. Well, by the time you hear this, it's a week later. But we're recording this on Labor Day, so I hope y'all all had a good Labor Day, good holiday weekend, and all that. If you went to Made in America, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were safe. And
now get your behinds back up to work.
Yeah, now that we're here on Monday, I hope we have a good work week. And we'll continue updating you throughout that week. And I think that's it.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Peace.